Yo, what's up, guys? Epik High lesson series 1 through 5. I'm gonna do all the lessons right here except for lesson number 0 because that will be done with the visualizer. I wanted to get into these lessons before I got into that one, but I just found out that Epik High has an album called Map of the Human Soul. You know what that means? He's paving the way for everybody else that's paving the way. Bro, he must get like, Tableau must feel like, what the hell? Like when BTS fans want to come at him or come at them for anything. Like, bro, imagine saying that to Tableau when it's clear that BTS are big fans of Epik High. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. So, toxic fans, bro. God, most toxic fans aren't the brightest. So I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to get the Epik High syllabus. But first, I gotta say, what's good? What's up to my critiquer? Click. Lesson 1 through 5. All right. So we got 5 lessons to learn. I hope you brought your pencil and your notebook. And disclaimer, this is just my interpretation. Let's dive.
People walk through the streets. That
came out in 2003.
And you gotta do certain things, you know. Straight up.
Yeah, people, attention, education, knowledge. Yeah, I got something to say to my teachers. Genius is not the answer to all questions. It's the question to all answers. Brothers and sisters, yo, come and listen. Do we learn math to add the dead sum? Subtract the weak ones, count cash for great ones. Yo, we multiply with divide the nation. Break down like fractions, send their sons away to die. Do we learn science and defines the fake? To make alliance with fakes for an appliance's sake. We ask for the real.
Bro, I was not expecting all of this English. Not at all. Do we need English subs? I mean, damn, bro. I didn't know he was going to come in with this English. I like the boom bap beat so far, bro. He already spit some facts. Do we learn math to add the dead sum, subtract the weak ones, subtracting some relating to math? But it seems like he's asking the question, do we only care about the great people that have died? Why don't we care about everybody that has died? Because he goes on in the next bar talking about how we send our sons away to die. Talking about the military. But he's continuing bars that talk about math. We multiply but divide the nation. Break down like fractions.
Come and listen. Do we learn math to add the dead sum? Subtract the weak ones, count cash for great ones. Yo, we multiply but divide the nation. Break down like fractions, send their sons away to die. Do we learn science and defines the fake? To make alliance with fakes for an appliance's sake. We ask.
Ooh. Do we learn science and defiance of faith? To make alliance with fakes for an appliance's sake? Oh my god. Bro, first of all, the rhyme scheme is on point. Alright, a lot of rhymes in there. But he goes from talking about math to science. And now he's saying, is science really a defiance of faith? A lot of uberly religious people feel like science is a defiance of faith, which makes no sense to me. I mean, if something mathematically makes sense in our world, then you can't deny that. You know what I mean? I hope I'm not pausing too much, but bro, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of bars in here.
Sons away to die. Do we learn science and defines the fake? To make alliance with fakes for an appliance's sake. We ask for the real but make artificial intelligence. To make smarter kills of others presidents. Do we learn history to fix stories for the guilty? Make angels look filthy and the devils look milky. If the victor.
Bro, oh my god, yo, that just gave me goosebumps. Yo, that just gave me goosebumps. Bro. I had to say they gave me goosebumps twice, bro. That's how much they gave me goosebumps. Did we learn history to fix stories for the guilty? Make angels look filthy and the devils look milky? Oh my god. Oh my god. I think about American history because the American history that we learn here in America is so dumb because we don't learn all of the disgusting things that our founding fathers did, like going behind Native Americans' back. Like there was an agreement between Americans and Native Americans that, you know, we'd be at peace. But then all of a sudden, the Americans would just go in and kill a whole tribe, like, and just take the land. There's so much disgusting facts about America and how America started that they don't really teach you and talk to you about. Like, why don't we learn enough African American history? Like, we have our founding fathers on our money, but they're all slave owners. Don't you think that's a little bit triggering to African Americans that live here? Don't you think by now maybe we should change our money? And we ask for the real but make artificial intelligence. Now, when he says to make smarter kills for other presidents, I'm wondering if he's talking about in Korea. Are they working on artificial intelligence in Korea? You know, for like America, you know what I'm saying? They're making artificial intelligence just to make smarter kills for Americans, which is stupid. Bro, so far, this is amazing.
Do we learn science and defiance of fate to make alliance with fakes for an appliance's sake? We ask for the real but make artificial intelligence to make smarter kills of others presidents. Why do we learn history to fake stories for the guilty? Make angels look filthy and the devils look milky. If the victor writes the books, then what have we won? Are we battleships of authorship or rich men's guns? Do we learn to read to receive the lies, to deceive the eyes from seeing between the lines? Will we use words to bring forth sticks and stones, to sing songs of hate that fill the streets with bones?
Bro, oh my god, dude. Nah, yeah. Tableau's my favorite, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God. I think Tableau's my favorite rapper in Korea, bro. This is real hip-hop right here. If you didn't know, hip-hop's about enlightening you. Hip-hop is the realest music art form there is. It's more about the real world than anything else. If the people that win the wars write the history, then what have we won? We won we won nothing but a biased history. And are we battleships for authorship, a rich man's guns? He's saying that everybody that bought into this skewered history, this biased history that was written by the people that win the wars, the victors, you're a battleship for them. You're being used, and you're going to believe that this is fact, this skewered history is fact. So you're a battleship for that history, for that skewered history. You're going to fight, and you're going to tell people, nah, this is the way it was. This is what happened. You've just been used. You've just been bamboozled by the rich man, bro. A rich man's guns is the authorship. It's the propaganda. It's the misinformation that a rich man can put out, and then everybody's going to eat up and believe. Did we learn to read to receive the lies, to deceive the eyes from seeing between the lines? Oh my. Did we learn to read just to get lies into our head? So many good questions. And then this kicker, we use words to bring forth sticks and stones to sing psalms of hate that fill the streets with bones. That doesn't even need explaining. That's pretty straightforward, bro. Dude.
If the victor writes the books, then what have we won? Are we battleships of authorship or rich men's guns? Do we learn to read to receive the lies, to deceive the eyes from seeing between the lines? Will we use words to bring forth sticks and stones, to sing psalms of hate that fill the streets with bones?
Unseen or heard, a king with words.
Tableau, lyrical assassin.
Hey.
Make me vision the better living.
Unseen or heard, a king with words.
Tableau, lyrical assassin.
I love the boom bap, the scratching.
I'm the truth.
Is a day job more than self-slavery? When we're locked watching the clock impatiently, we sweat for the dollar bills, the checks and the credit cards, but that dollar kill breaks the necks of our inner heart. If the police are role models for the righteous, why does justice depend on guns and nightsticks? Mr. Officer, don't punish.
The police are role models for the righteous. Why does justice depend on guns and nightsticks? And this is so true right here. We all are working to get some money, but yet this money at the same time destroys us inside, because either it turns us greedy, or we just can't make enough money to be free and do what we want, or we decide that we shouldn't pursue our dreams, we should rather just get more money. Imagine how many people have done, there's so many people that have done that, pushed their dreams aside and just went for the money.
The checks and the credit cards, but that dollar kill breaks the necks of our inner heart. Make the police a role model for the righteous. Why does justice depend on guns and nightsticks? Mr. Officer, don't punish me with brutality. The streets got me singing Marvin Gaye off key. Why do we need church to get to heaven's gates? Can only water quench the thirst of those whose faith started in the wrong place with the wrong face? Can the poor and the hungry survive solely on grace? Can this rap game ever bring changes when MCs would rather floss across than be saviors? Will I last in this game? Be blasted with shame? Will I stand for my name and never blaspheme for fame?
Dude, I love the Marvin Gaye reference. Why do we need church to get to heaven's gates? These are good ass questions, bro. Can holy water quench the thirst of those whose fates started in the wrong place with the wrong face? Can the poor and hungry survive solely on grace? Solely on faith? No, we live in a real world. And then this one right here is a bar, guys. This one right here. Can this rap game ever bring changes when MCs would rather floss across than be saviors? Now that's the difference between rap and hip hop. Alright, a lot of these rappers that you hear right now at the top, they're not real rappers. They don't actually care about rap. They're just rapping and doing what's trending. They just care about getting in the news. They don't care about actual hip hop. They don't care about rap. They just care about being at the top and making money. Tablo is just speaking facts here when he's saying we need rappers out here that want to speak facts and want to enlighten people and bring information to people and help them think and just get people to think critically rather than rappers that just want to come out and flex and show their diamonds. And I'm so sick of the ice bars, the icy bars, the diamond bars, and the fucking, oh, you my bitch bars. Like, I'm over it. I'm over the sex bars and I'm over the diamond bars. Will I last in this game, be blasted with shame, or will I stand for my neighbor and never blaspheme for fame? So you're saying, am I going to be myself, or am I going to ever give up myself for fame? Which a lot of these trending rappers have done.
We survive solely on grace. Can this rap game ever bring changes when MCs would rather floss across than be saviors? Will I last in this game? Be blasted with shame? Will I stand for my name and never blaspheme for fame?
Unseen or heard, a king with words.
Tableau, lyrical assassin.
Make me vision the better living.
Unseen or heard, a king with words.
Tableau, lyrical assassin.
Make me vision.
I'm the truth.
Damn, bro. Yeah, this just became my favorite song by Tableau. Easy. Way too many bars in that one. Way too much enlightenment for me to not love this one. That was amazing. Alright, what we got next? Epik High Society. So this is a year after. Let's see you guys. Dropping an album each year. Okay, grinding. Okay. Scratching. That DJ cuts.
민주 자본주의 파탄의 숲에 뿌리 갈래진 혀끝이 우리 법을 내뱉으니 애국심이란 수면제가 책임감을 재우니 마력심의 긴 수면이 독재를 깨우니 배불리 처먹는
Hold up. A lot of big words just flew on me at once, bro. Give me a second, man. I can't read that fast.
민주 자본주의 파탄의 숲에 뿌리 갈래진 혀끝이 우리 법을 내뱉으니
Ooh. Democratic capitalism, the root of the forest of destruction, the root of the forest. So you're saying there's so much destruction, it's like a forest. The tip of the split tongue spits out our laws. The snakes spit out our laws.
Revolution is here.
민주자본주의 파탄의 숲에 뿌리 갈래진 혀끝이 우리 법을 내뱉으니 애국심이란 수면제가 책임감을 채우니 발악심의 긴 수면이 독재를 깨우니
A sleeping pill called patriotism put responsibility to sleep. Endless slumbers of treason awaken a dictatorship. This is facts because patriotism allows you to think that your country is just doing everything right, when that's not the case 100% of the time. You can't just think that your country is going to do everything right just because you love your country. That's not the case. That's you being irresponsible as a citizen. And he's saying endless slumbers of treason awaken a dictatorship. That's true. Endless patriotism awaken a dictatorship. Just thinking like, oh, my country's gonna do what's right because I love my country. If everybody thought like that, then that's how dictatorships start. I'm not trying to trigger nobody, but like that's literally what happened with Trump, bro. Everybody just puts their full faith into Trump and thinks like he's going to do what's right because he's not a politician, because politicians all get bought out. He's got money, so he's not going to have to get bought out. Come on, bro. You really don't think that this man isn't going to try to make his pockets deeper? Come on, bro. Of course he's going to cater to some people.
혀끝이 우리 법을 내뱉으니 애국심이란 수면제가 책임감을 채우니 발악심의 긴 수면이 독재를 깨우니 배불리 처먹는 자들이 자유경제 삼켜 불경기라는 극구며 경쟁심을 깎고 내가 왜 내 땀의 열매 타인에게 바쳐 내 꿈을 조립 블라인에게 맡겨 블라인 교과.
Oh my god, bro. He's just lyrical as hell. They glut and swallow a free economy and undermine competitiveness, putting on an act called depression. Greed destroys our economy, and then our country will call it an economic depression, when really it's just the rich being greedy. Why would I give the fruit of my sweat to others, leave my dream to an assembly line? That is so true. Like, you think that this company, this big company, corporation cares about you if you work there for 10 years or however long? Dude, you can look up so many stories of people that have worked somewhere for so long and then they just get kicked to the curb because their company, they don't care about you. They don't. You're just a slave.
자유경제 삼켜 불경기라는 극구며 경쟁심을 깎고 내가 왜 내 땀의 열매 타인에게 바쳐 내 꿈을 조립 블라인에게 맡겨 블라인 교과서 사상의 학대 보수주의가 강요하는 상상의 낙태 허탈한 사회 먹이 연쇄 때문에 학교는 다니면서 인생은 자퇴는 떠 인간의 법에 무슨 속에 호프는 없.
Dude, he's God. Dude, Tableau just God. Lord. God. Blind textbooks, the abuse of thought, the imaginative abortion imposed by conservatism. You can't have an imagination because of conservatives. You try to put something new into society and conservatives say, no, society's great the way it is. Society is not great the way it is, man. Don't you realize everything is already screwed up? We got to make some changes. We got to think progressively. All right? Everything isn't perfect. I don't know why some people think we live in a utopia. And he called textbooks blind because some textbooks are blind. They don't cover everything. Just like how in the last lesson I was talking about how there's American history out there that doesn't talk about the disgusting things that happened in history. They just skip all of that and make Americans look like heroes. You attend school but drop out of life. Dude, that bar. Because of the food chain of a desolate society. You go to school for something just to make money. Open your eyes. There is no hope. A contradiction in human laws. The right to vote is just an oar of a slave ship which you want to get out of. Oh my God, bro. That's so true. Like, the right to vote to what? Dude, every time in America when you get to choose between two presidents, it's like choosing between the emperor and like Shao Kahn, or like, I'm trying to think of some references that y'all would get. It's like choosing between Alien and Predator, bro. Like, it's it's never right.
내가 왜 내 땀의 열매 타인에게 바쳐 내 꿈을 조립 블라인에게 맡겨 블라인 교과서 사상의 학대 보수주의가 강요하는 상상의 낙태 허탈한 사회 먹이 연쇄 때문에 학교는 다니면서 인생은 다 되는 듯 인간의 법에 무슨 속에 호흡은 없어 투표권의 노예선에 높은 벗어나고픈 그 어떤 권세
This beat sounds like a Jay-Z beat.
보다 높은 신수원권의 금빛 날개를 펴 It's a lie 전쟁과 평화 모두 다 선생 정치가 오픈 up your eyes 주변을 지켜봐 뛰어다니는 자이라고 봐줘도 믿지마
Hey.
경제 미디어 모두 다 경찰 성직자 오픈 up your eyes 다 같이 외쳐봐 Viva la Revolution 빛은 항상
Let's go. I like how he just said all of this stuff is a lie. These are good tracks just to get you out of that mind control that the government has you in, bro. Like, you don't realize how much information is misconstrued until you really look into it. Come on, Metho.
빛은 항상 더 밝은 꿈만을 비춰 이뤄질 수 없는 퓨처 끊임없는 war 매일 같은 평행선 인생에 함께 뛰어 가는 동반자 내가 결코 널 밀어내지 Take over Claim war 우선 그들의 명예를 연호투어 양의 탈을 쓰고 본 적 없는 미소로서 당의 목을 매는 명예준 놈이와 스토커
Yeah. For real. Dying for a party. The light always shines on the brighter side. Unattainable future, constant war. Think about politicians. All they talk about are all these things they're going to do for the country and all the things they're going to change and make better. But 9 times out of 10, the president doesn't do what they were preaching about when they get into office. I mean, they might try, but it usually never gets done because the politicians won't work together to get to a certain place. Like that, it just doesn't happen. The parties are so divided.
끊임없는 war 매일 같은 평행선 인생에 함께 뛰어 가는 동반자 내가 결코 널 밀어내지 Take over Claim war 우선 그들의 명예를 연호투어
Take over politicians claim more by election the door to their honor. Now, all of my Call of Duty players out there, you know what a claymore is. It's an explosive. So he's saying that they blow up the door to their honor as soon as they get into office. With a sugary smile in sheep's clothing, politician chasing honor, dying for the party. And this is true. Politicians will chase their honor for their party. They care about their party and how their party feels about them, rather than what's the best for the entire country and what's the happy medium between the Democrats and the Republicans.
양의 탈을 쓰고 본 적 없는 미소로서 당의 목을 매는 명예준 놈이와 스토커 뜯어 고쳐 교육제도 맞춰 뒤틀려 젊은 싹의 꿈의 줄기를 비틀어 하나부터 10까지 기억하게 길들여 넥타이에 묶여 살아가게 이끌어
To fix everything, take it all apart. Even the education system is twisted. Breaks the stem of young bud. I'm thinking he's talking about weed. The stem of young bud, because you call it weed bud. But I don't know. I don't know if in Korea they don't call it that, so I don't know, But young bud also makes me think of like young buddies. So I'm thinking breaks the stem of young bud. The education system breaks the stem. The stem would be, like the base of young bud. So the education system screws and corrupts kids. I mean, that's what I got from that. Trains to remember from A to Z. Now, when I lived in New York City, that is the truth. Leads to a life tied to a tie, which makes sense. You got to wear a tie all the time. If you go on a train, a lot of time you see people in suits and wearing ties and stuff like that because they're always working. They, they got to wear their business attire.
교육제도 맞춰 뒤틀려 젊은 싹의 꿈의 줄기를 비틀어 하나부터 10까지 기억하게 길들여 넥타이에 묶여 살아가게 이끌어 그
어떤 이끌림보다 강한 feeling MP3 헛바람 새는 필이나 길이 막힌 이 길 걸어 바짝거린 히피 꼬마들에게 실필 운명 되려내가 쉽지.
So I found a different translation here. So Mithra said, lead so you can live life tied to a necktie. I love that. The feeling MP3 that's stronger than any attraction. The flute that leaks out useless air. Even if I try to walk this closed off road. My fate is to be ignored by the hippie beggar kids. So I'll ignore them instead. So I think he's trying to say these hippie beggar kids aren't going to listen to a Korean rapper like me or a rapper that raps about enlightening things and actual real issues rather than rap that's just about sex and money and flexing.
헛바람 새는 필이나 길이 막힌 이 길 걸어 바짝거린 히피 꼬마들에게 실필 운명 되려내가 쉽지. It's a lie. 전쟁과 평화 모두 다 선생 정치가 Open up your eyes 주변을 지켜봐.
뛰어다니는 자이라고 봐요는 믿지마.
It's a lie. 경제 미디어 모두 다 경찰 성직자 Open up your eyes 다 같이 외쳐봐. Viva la revolution. Oh 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 revolution is here. Oh 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 revolution is here. 가식으로 사람 널 향한 증오 한식으로 타는 널 향한 분노 짓거릴 수 없게 깊게 널 묶고 my flow 깊은 내면의 고통에서 널 죽고 외로워 울어도 문득 빛을 지워 악몽과 절규 비운 술잔에 비춰 그려내는 너란 놈의
With a freaking guitar solo in the background. Hatred towards you, living in hypocrisy. Anger towards you, burning in grief. I'll bury you deep so you can never talk endlessly again. My flow, you're cold and lonely in deep mental agony. The light coming out through the door will be erased even if you cry. Nightmares and screaming, I chomp on the seeds of you who's reflected on the empty shot glass. I'm the emotional killer who sharpens my knife with revenge. I'll kill y'all. Those of you who are drunk on relief, think higher. Fight with content, knowledge is power. To the final hour. I like how he's telling y'all to think for yourself. You guys are drunk on relief. You just listen to what's going to give you relief and you believe it. You know what I'm saying? If the president says everything's okay when everything's not okay, you like to just believe that everything is okay because it makes you feel good. It makes you realize, oh, well, that's a relief. You know what I mean? Our flag that's going to be put in a drawer since a liberation day for you and I hasn't dawned on us yet. We still dream the dangerous dream of youth. Outlaws, open your eyes. Put fire to the gasoline bomb for the sky. Prepare a knife for the judge. If the laws of this land are the attendance sheet, I'd rather be absent. So I'm not sure how well these translations are done. I feel like they need to be tweaked a little bit to make it better. These are the best translations that I could find though. But I think he's trying to say we need to stand against the injustice that the government commits. And we need to realize that the government is controlled by the rich. And if the government wants us to be in attendance, we should be absent. We can't just stand in line for the government and say and do whatever they want us to say and do. We have to check it. Most governments are corrupt and they're controlled by money. A lot of these politicians are getting paid by a corporation, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Yo, Republicans, I'm still waiting for that money to trickle down. All them tax breaks you give to the rich, still waiting for that to trickle down. Where's it at? And I'm not saying the Democrats are gods either. The Democrats get paid off too. That both sides, bro. There's corrupt politicians on both sides.
널 묶고 my flow 깊은 내면의 고통에서 널 죽고 외로워 울어도 문득 빛을 지워 악몽과 절규 비운 술잔에 비춰 그려내는 너란 놈의 시를 씹어 난 복수로 가려가는 감정 없는 킬러 I kill ya 안도감에 마치된 가요 땡가요 만족함을 쌓아 knowledge is power 너도 final hour Love up here 태극기 너와 내겐 아직 해방 이념이 없으니 여전히 이 젊은이 위험한 꿈을 꿔 무법자 눈을 떠 화염병이 불붙어 저 하늘에게 충성 심판의 칼을 차리 이 땅의 법이 출석부라면 나 결속하리 It's a lie
On this translation, Tableau says, be loyal to the heavens, carry a judgment sword. So I like that. We should only be loyal to God and have our own judgment rather than allowing everybody else to make judgments for us. Now, I don't know if Tableau means God as in a Christian God or what, but to me, when I say God, I don't mean a Christian God. I don't mean a Muslim God. I don't mean a Buddhist God. I don't mean any specific God. I just mean God. Because personally, I feel like all religions are connected. One thing about all religions is that they say that this is the real religion and that all other religions are phony and facade. And to me, that doesn't make sense. There's no way that that could be possible. That one religion's right and everybody else just goes to hell or something. That doesn't make any sense to me, especially seeing that a lot of people don't even have access to the Bible. You know what I mean? Like how can people go to hell but they don't have access to the Bible? So not to get all religious on y'all, but I just feel like there's a higher power out there because there's no way that everything just exists, and time had to start somewhere. Even if there was a Big Bang, I feel like some sort of higher power created that Big Bang. Things just can't be. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Don't trust the sugary tongue of a crawling man. What did they say? Crawling man? Don't trust the sugary tongue of a crawling man. Men are greedy. You can't trust the rich. They just want to get richer. So they'll do whatever it takes. They'll spread that misinformation around.
It's a lie. Open up your eyes. It's a lie. Open up your eyes. It's a lie. 미디어 모두 다 경찰 성직자 Open up your eyes. 다 같이 외쳐봐. Viva la
Revolution vow.
Now Tableau knows. He experienced it firsthand how the media is a lie. Like, bro, I cannot believe he had to go through that, man. People testing him, trying to tell him that he didn't go to Stanford. Like, wow. That's incredible, bro. People, the audacity of people just wanting to spread lies and just want to bring people down. Like, it's incredible. It's like, jealousy is crazy. Epik High's swan songs. That guy's got the long hair.
MCs, you and I, we've got a responsibility.
The cuts was like, y'all can have that long hair, not me.
We can't mic check for the check. Turn it up. Genius is not the answer to all questions. Burn it's the question to all answers. Get 'em up, get 'em up. Lesson 3.
I like the trumpets, this is funky.
Let it breathe.
Hey.
Hit 'em up with the verse.
Hey.
The mic 진화된 rhyme 새 시대를 위한 신화는 my mind 창조와 변화 흐름은 내 flow 강약 내 뜻으로 fast or slow 관중 앞에 난 시대의 살인마 분열과 충격엔 말문이 막힌다 내 두 팔은 마른 공기 가르고 심장은 요동쳐 박자를 타린다 달콤하게 내 음성 안에 중독 트로이 목마처럼 난 吞 안에 숨고 상식해 내 깊은 탄식에 빈 상식에 서럽은 양식에 놀이터 속에서 느껴 맞소 내 혈관 속 흐름은 진공관 속 수 없는 곳 영원한 존경의
My vascular flow is the flower in a vacuum tube. It never falls in eternal spring. All right, this translation right here is from epichightrans.tumblr. If you guys want to find this translation, you can find it down below in the description. These guys make great translations. I just couldn't find the last one. Here it says, Mithra said, the flow inside my blood vessels is like a flower that doesn't wither in a vacuum pipe, an eternal spring of respect. I'm a dome that covers the city of hip-hop from above. Ooh, that's a dope metaphor. Like a flower that's in a vacuum pipe that just won't wither is like the flow inside his veins. An eternal spring. So there's always a flower inside of his like he's saying that he's always going to have the flow. I got to say, Mithra, I haven't heard you spit a weird flow yet, my guy. A flow that I didn't enjoy.
트로이 목마처럼 난 등 안에 숨고 잠식해 내 깊은 탄식에 빈 상식에 서럽은 양식에 놀이터 속에서 느껴 맞소 내 혈관 속 흐름은 진공관 속
This translation's pretty good though. It's not terrible.
감싸주는 톤
MC gotta come together right away. Then we got to work the light the way.
사사적인 높음으로 빛을 가리켜 혁명가의 불씨가 내 길을 가르쳐
MC gotta come together right away. Then we got to work the light the way.
규칙 없는 거리 위에 법을 내리쳐 세상 이런 얼굴 위에 침을 내뱉어
Bro. Listen, MCs, we gotta come together. We gotta put our minds together and we gotta spread enlightenment. We gotta speak the truth, bro. I'm just becoming a bigger Epik High fan every time I discover something new by them.
MC gotta come together right away. Then we got to work the light the way.
규칙 없는 거리 위에 법을 내리쳐 세상 이런 얼굴 위에 침을 내뱉어
Unseen or heard, a king with words. Listen to my shit. You don't chew, you don't breathe, you will miss a fucking line.
Fuck rap, you can have it back.
A king with words. Listen
Put Dre in there.
to my shit. You don't chew, you don't breathe, you will miss a fucking line.
Fuck rap, you can have it back.
마이크폰이 켜지면서 끝내 네 거짓 명성 저진 평선 비틀어 오선지경선 허나 겁이 없어 이 시대의 목소리 겉과 속이 영원히 코리안 MC 여전히 풀지 못해 내 긴장을 서사시로 폭발할 듯한 심장을 내 사상에 뿌리 깊은 역사의 핍박을 일장기의 붉은 점은 내 조상의 핏방울 피땀을 모아 이 땅을 고아로 자라왔던 아버지 닮고파 세상은 몰라 내 혼이 고파 소한 마이크폰 체kin 난 백인들의 세상의 유색인 무책임 그것은 악자들의 함정 내뱉어 꽉 담은 내 감정 내 감성을 파고드는 약자들의 함성 랩을 하면 내 발성하는 박자 위의 탄성
MC gotta come together.
Bro. Tableau, man. Just speaking from the heart, just speaking from the soul. The persecution of our history is deep rooted in my thoughts. The red spot on the Japanese flag is the blood shed by my ancestors. I want to become like my dad, who gathered blood and sweat and lived as the orphan of this land. So he's just showing his Korean pride right now. The world doesn't know. My soul is hungry, so I'm microphone checking. I'm a colored person in the world of white people. Irresponsibility. That's the trap of scholars. A lot of scholars go to school to get a good job and to make good money. That's the main thing. They just want security. A lot of scholars. That's not to say all scholars, because there's some scholars out there that want to get more education so they can help the world and heal the world. Tableau's saying a lot of scholars are irresponsible because they don't have to worry about how the world is and trying to heal the world. They just get their money. I spit out my silent emotions. Now, a lot of artists can relate to that. A lot of artists don't realize that they have all these things that they're dealing with inside until they go and write down some lyrics. At least from some rappers that I know. The shouts of the weak dig into my sensibility. So he's saying the weak, the poor, the ones that don't really have a voice, their shouts dig into his sensibility. So he's saying he wants to help the weak. He wants to help be a voice for the weak. The exclamation on the rhythm is vocalized in my rap. And if you could hear the way that he said that, he said it with pure emotion. Like you can hear that he's just speaking from the soul on this verse, bro.
일장기의 붉은 점은 내 조상의 핏방울 피땀을 모아 이 땅을 고아로 자라왔던 아버지 담고파 세상은 몰라 내 혼이 고파 소환 마이크로폰 체kin 난 백인들의 세상의 유색인 무책임 그것은 학자들의 함정 내뱉어 꽉 담은 내 감정 내 감성을 파고드는 약자들의 함성 랩을 하면 내 발성하는 박자 위에 탄성
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
서서적인 높음으로 빛을 가르쳐 혁명가의 불씨가 내 길을 가르쳐
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
규칙 없는 거리 위에 법을 내리쳐 세상 이런 얼굴 위에 침을 내뱉어 비켜보러 나와 너 사이 바다와 강차의 사자와 양
Hey.
내가 내뱉은 라임들로 나의 태를 만들어 너의 낙서보다 많은 나이보다 많은 걸
Hey.
셀 수 없는 나의 생각 샘에 뭉쳐 힘을 더해도 모두 발을 뺀다 다 이상 없는 자 너보다 더 비싼 목걸이부터 팔아
You said you better sell your necklace. It's more expensive than you. Because your ego is low and shallow. Ooh. Damn. Just obliterated this you person. Whoever you are, man. You talking to me? I mean, damn, bro. You just obliterated me, bro. You said no comparison between you and me. It's the river and the sea, the sheep and the lion. Making an annual ring with my spoken words is already more than your scribbles. Annual ring, so I think he's talking about every year I have a new album come out.
이상 없는 자 너보다 더 비싼 목걸이부터 팔아
현란한 혀뿐인 혁명가 얼마나
Cosmetic revolutionist, how long did I spit out dispirited raps?
허탈한 랩을 내뱉었던가 한눈을 떴어 나 모순을 벗어
Just got open my eyes, be out of contradiction, reaching out my hands and see whether it changes or not. He's saying I'm rapping on enlightenment. I'm trying to see if it's gonna make a change.
비싼 목걸이부터 팔아
현란한 혀뿐인 혁명가 얼마나 허탈한 랩을 내뱉었던가 한눈을 떴어 나 모순을 벗어 나 변해가나 마나 손을 뻗어봐 나는 MC spit what I see is hypocrisy and wanna be Socrates 차라리
Oof, and wanna be Socrates. Y'all ain't philosophers. Y'all ain't no philosophers. It's hypocrisy.
Spit what I see is hypocrisy and wanna be Socrates 차라리 나를 욕해 어차피 난 나를 욕하는 너를 대표해
MC gotta come together right away
You'd rather swear at me. I represent you anyway. I feel like he's probably dealing with some things being a Korean MC. Probably some xenophobia in there. And he's trying to say, like, I'm with you. Like, don't you realize that I love hip-hop just as much as you do? And don't you realize that I'm trying to spread a message and spread awareness? I tell you what, if any Korean rapper should be getting flack, it's definitely not Tableau. I can just tell that this man really has a heart and passion for hip-hop. Mithra too.
Socrates 차라리 나를 욕해 어차피 난 나를 욕하는 너를 대표해
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
서서적인 높음으로 빛을 가르쳐 혁명가의 불씨가 내 길을 가르쳐
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
규칙 없는 거리 위에 법을 내리쳐 세상 이런 얼굴 위에 침을 내뱉어
Unseen or heard, a king with words. Listen to my shit. You don't chew, you don't breathe, you will miss a fucking line.
rap, you can have it.
Unseen or heard, a king with words. Listen to my shit. You don't chew, you don't breathe, you will miss a fucking line.
Technical difficulties.
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
서서적인 높음으로 빛을 가르쳐 혁명가의 불씨가 내 길을 가르쳐
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
규칙 없는 거리 위에 법을 내리쳐 세상 이런 얼굴 위에 침을 내뱉어
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
서서적인 높음으로 빛을 가르쳐 혁명가의 불씨가 내 길을 가르쳐
MC gotta come together right away Then we got to work to light the way
규칙 없는 거리 위에 법을 내리쳐 세상 이런 얼굴 위에 침을 내뱉어
MC
Yeah. We need to bring hip hop back. That's what he's talking about. We need to bring hip hop back. Enlightenment. We need to teach these kids something. We need to show them about the real world. That's what hip hop is, man. It's for real life. talk about real life problems. I mean, that's not all that hip hop is. That's the beautiful thing about hip hop. It can be a lot of different things. But when hip hop is in its most majestic and beautiful form is when it brings a message and is helping and enlightening people, because that's what hip hop did. All right, next we got lesson 4. I think this one's just with Tablo again. It says Tablo's Word again. This is off the album E, 2009. Let's dive. This one sounds sad, sounds deep already. This is perfect to talk about something deep, this beat.
타락한 법과 우파와 좌파는 없다. 어차피 한 몸에 달린 두팔 murder. One government, new world order, slaughter, no border. 2000년간의 전쟁은 fiction, it's on sun, it ain't 둥구름 잡기. TV 화면에 숨은 그림 찾기. 악영 재밌기. 때마다 반복되니 재밌지. Let me see 나만의 생각 이건 탑그들에겐 한판의 젠가. 게임이야 어둠 속에서만 사니 데미안. Get it kid 어둠 속에서만 사니 데미안.
아까 진짜들이 왜 설명해주면 받아들일게.
오케이 돈은 벌수록 더 벌고 싶어. 자 소녀는 남자가, 남자는 부자가, 부자는 권력자, 권력자는 신이 되고파. No, yeah.
Bro, I like the different delivery, Tablo. I like it. More facts are being spit yet again. There's no reasonable law or left and right wing. In the end, they're nothing but a pair of arms attached to one body, murder. One government, new world order. So again, he's talking about how Republicans and Democrats, they tend to not meet and come to a reasonable understanding. And he goes on to talk about how the 2,000-year-long war is a fiction. It's on, son. It ain't in the clouds. Find the hidden picture on the TV screen. See, it repeats itself every financial crisis. Fun, isn't it? Now, I'm pretty lost there. I don't know much about the war between North Korea and South Korea, but I feel like native Koreans would understand this reference. If you get this reference and you can explain it to me, please comment it down below in the comments. I would love to know more about that and what he's talking about here. It seems like he's saying that every time there's a financial crisis in South Korea, the media does something, but I'm not really sure. He said, for those on top, this is a game of Jenga. Since we live in complete darkness, Damien. It says Damien is a character from the movie The Omen. I've never seen The Omen, so I'm lost there as well. He says, get it, kid. Since we live in complete darkness, apologies to daylight. Damien sounds similar to day, which literally translates to sorry day. So Damien, apologies to daylight. Some wordplay going on there. I see that. You already own everything, so why? If you explain it, I'll accept it. Okay, the more you earn, the more you want. We all know that. Look, boys, you already own everything, so why? If you explain it, I'll accept it. Okay, the more you earn, the more you want. We all know that. Look, boys want to become men. Men want to become the rich. The rich want to become the powerful. The powerful want to become gods. The choice to say no, yeah. That's what slaves do not have. The choice to say no, yeah, slaves. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know the truth. God, I love this metaphor. Hey, to the ones on top, this is a game of Jenga. If we take out the bottom, we can make the whole tower fall. So he's saying to the rich, he's talking to the rich and the powerful. He's saying, like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, I get it. The more you have, the more you want. Like, we know that. But why do you think it's acceptable to just keep on gaining power and leaving us all in the dark? Everybody down below, we live in darkness. We all have more problems than the people that have all this power, the rich. Why don't you share some of that power? Why don't you help everybody down below? Because it's very true that the richest people in the world, most of them, are very selfish. Yeah, they donate to charity, but that's for taxes. Most of them don't care about healing the world and making the world a better place. And then Tablet goes on to describe how everybody wants to be powerful like gods at the end of the day. Like, boys want to become men. Men want to become rich. The rich want to become powerful. The powerful want to become gods. And then he points out that slaves don't have the choice to say no or yeah. They just do what they need to do to get by. And that's what we are. We're all slaves. We're just a slave to the money and a slave to corporations, a slave to these jobs. And then he points out that slaves don't have the choice to say yes or no. They just do what they need to do to get by and to make their money. And that's all of us normal people, all of us from the middle class down. We're all slaves to corporations. Don't you understand that after coronavirus, the rich got richer?
오케이 돈은 벌수록 더 벌고 싶어 자 소녀는 남자가 남자는 부자가 부자는 권력자 권력자는 신이 되고파
No, yeah 라고 말할 선택 No, yeah 그에게는 없대 No, yeah 라고 말할 선택 No, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah 난 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 wanna know 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 wanna know 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 The truth
Ooh.
난 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 wanna know 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 wanna know 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 The truth
You
Tell
want your business 모든 가게 거래 666를 갖게 될 거래 믿지 못해 간단해져 신용 없는 세상을 상상해봐 아무것도 사고 팔지 못해 투명 수갑을 차고 마지 못해 넌 조회 가능한 숫자 그저 통계치의 노예 오케이 자 너의 손에 가득한 그 지폐도 보다 편리한 그 카드보다 편리한 네 몸이 카드가 돼 정말 빠르게 돼 성질을 긁어대도 따르게 돼 말을 듣지 않으면 불량한 카드처럼 반으로 자르게 돼 It's simple 너와 나 죽일 총은 불충분해
More facts being spitted, man. You want your business, trade with every market. They'll say you'll have the 666. There cannot be any trust. It's simple now. Imagine a world without credibility. Nothing can be bought or sold. Think about that. And he's talking about how businesses that just start up, it's like impossible for them to start up because they don't have any credibility. They say that you have the 666, like you're the devil. It's like trying to get a job for experience without any experience. And most jobs require experience to get hired. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. How am I supposed to get experience when all the jobs that I want require experience? Unwillingly wearing invisible handcuffs, you're a number that can be looked up. Merely a statistic, a slave. Okay, now those bills fall in your hands. Your body's more convenient than cards that are more convenient than those bills. Your body becomes a card. It becomes real quick. You end up following their orders even when they provoke your anger. Basically, he's saying that we're all credit cards, bro. Corporations and businesses, they use us like credit cards. They use our bodies like credit cards just for themselves and to get them more rich. If you don't listen, you'll be cut in half like a faulty card. Oh my God. It's simple. There are not enough guns to kill you and I, but there is more than enough money to rule over you. There are not enough guns to kill you all. There is more than enough money to rule over us. There's more money in the world to make us all fall in line and to be ruled. We're all a slave to money.
그저 통계치의 노예 오케이 자 너의 손에 가득한 그 지폐도 보다 편리한 그 카드보다 편리한 네 몸이 카드가 돼 정말 빠르게 돼 성질을 긁어대도 따르게 돼 말을 듣지 않으면 불량한 카드처럼 반으로 자르게 돼 It's simple 너와 나 죽일 총은 불충분해 근데 너네를 다스릴 돈은 수두룩해 너희를 다 죽일 총은 불충분해 우릴 다스릴 돈은 수두룩해 난 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 wanna know 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 wanna know 듣기 싫어
And this is true. A lot of people love staying in the ignorance. They'd rather be happy not knowing the truth.
듣기 싫어 wanna know 듣기 싫어 듣기 싫어 The truth
This is awesome, bro. be
Like I said
enlightening
before, genius is not the answer
to all the questions.
It's
The question to all the answers.
You know? You see, money is power. Only when nothing's free.
Money is power only when nothing's free. So basically, when something becomes free, money loses its power. That's why you don't see the rich out here giving things away for free and stuff like that. Because if everybody was living good, the rich wouldn't be rich. They would just be normal. So basically, the rich can't be rich without the poor. And that's why a lot of these rich out here, they don't care for the poor, because if they did, they would lose their power. You're a genius when you question all of the answers. That's what Tableau's letting you know. To be a genius doesn't mean to have all the answers. It means to question the answers. Think about the Socrates quote that I've quoted quite a bit. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. So geniuses don't have the answer to everything. If you think you have the answer to everything, you probably just have an ego problem.
You see, money is power. Only when nothing's free.
The truth is, toothless, two-faced, ruthless,
Yeah.
crude taste, suitcase. The truth is, a moot case. The truth is, ruthless, toothless, but banged, two-faced, rudeness, ruthless in the rain. The brute taste of sane, a suitcase full of pain. The truth is, truthless, a moot case of blame.
Took your shit off.
Bro, I love the beatboxing. I don't know who was beatboxing. If that was Tableau, that was on point. Truth is ruthless, toothless, but fanged. First of all, the rhyme scheme here. Truth is ruthless, toothless. He just rhymed 3 times in a row. Toothless but fanged. So without teeth but fanged. That's a nice metaphor. But another definition of toothless would be lacking power. So the truth is lacking power but fanged. I think he's trying to say that the truth hurts, but it's also lacking power because the truth is kind of debatable. Because like he says at the end here, the truth is truthless, a moot case of blame. So whether that means you're blaming the poor for being poor or the rich for being greedy, it all depends. You know what I mean? Like some people think that you're only poor because you chose to be poor. But some people believe that people are poor because the rich are greedy. Two-faced bruteness, ruthless in the rain. I think he's trying to say that the truth hurts. And the truth can be two-faced because you think you know the truth, but then you learn something else. And ruthless in the rain, the truth is always coming to hit you, I feel like he's trying to say too. You can't shield yourself from the rain if you have no roof. So different versions of the truth are going to be hitting you all the time. Whether that's opinions from your friends or your family or yourself and how you analyze what's real around you and what the truth is. A crude taste of sane, a suitcase full of pain. So you think you know what sane is, but you don't realize how sane a rich person is. So your version of sane is a lot different. You think that being sane always comes with a suitcase full of pain when there's more privileged people out there that don't have to have a suitcase full of pain. Their version of sane is making sure their Lamborghini gets washed every Friday and going shopping every Tuesday or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We all have different versions of what makes us sane. And a lot of people at the bottom, a lot of people in the working class feel like it's sane to have all of these issues. The truth is truthless, a moot case of blame. I don't want to hear it. I haven't even heard Epik High's entire discography, but I know this. Tableau is a legend. Mithra is a legend. This is real. This is real enlightening stuff right here. This isn't Epik High having really awesome metaphors talking about love. No. This is Epik High talking about life and talking about real issues.
Case. The truth is ruthless, toothless, but banged. Tooth-based, rudeness, ruthless in the rain. The brute taste of sane, a suitcase full of pain. The truth is truthless, a moot case of blame.
듣기 싫어.
Good God, man. It just makes you think. Yeah, I love that one. Okay, so this video apparently has Tableau's English translations in it. So let's go. I'm hyped. The bars, man. Oh my God. One man's faith, one man's epidemic bullshit. One man's patriotism is another's terrorism. Facts. Bite-sized truth on sale. Everywhere you look, it's easy. Truth. Truth. Bite-sized truth. The media's in your brain, man. One bite and the wick germinates. A tiny spark of discontent sets self-righteousness ablaze. That is totally what happens in the media. You see something in the media that makes somebody look bad, then that makes you feel self-righteous. That makes you feel like, oh, well, I'm better. And you feel good about yourself after you heard about this person doing something bad. That's what happens. Justifies all crimes, self-defense, murder, whatever, never guilty. So basically the media can make you think anything. The media can make you think crimes are justifiable. A mind that craves right and wrong creates a divide and incites until gray becomes black and white, charcoal and ashes. So basically the media mind controls your mind and makes everything black and white to you. So there's no gray area. So you think everything's either right or wrong. And nothing can ever be a situation to situation thing. Everyone is blind in the dark. He who was blind to begin with is king. So basically Tableau is saying that the media controls us because we all live in the dark. And when we want to look for clarification on things, who do we look to? Where do we look to? We look to the media. And then he who is blind to begin with is king, as in those who have minds that aren't corrupted by the media. Y'all are kings. Even poison is a stream of water to a thirsty world. Knowledge that sickens. Everybody's thirsty for knowledge. Everybody wants to find out something new or trendy, or the tea. Everybody wants the tea, bro. It's like we know the media lies to us, but yet we still listen to the media. We still tune in. We got no answers. It's the same way as saying genius is not having the answer to all the questions, but having questions to all the answers. It's the same thing. Shut up and you get rich. Say what needs to be said and you get punished. Can we just get a slow clap for Tableau and Mithra, bro? One man's sincerity is another's blasphemy, treason. So one person could be speaking sincerely to another person. They're not speaking sincerely. Full-bellied McCarthyism that only breeds apathy. Okay, so that sounds like something I should know, but I don't. How do you even say this word? Vociferous? How are you going to explain in a definition what something means by using a word like vociferous? So loud or insistent as to compel attention. Okay, so an attention-seeking campaign against alleged communists in the U.S. government and other institutions carried out under Joseph McCarthy in the period 1950 to 54. Many of the accused were blacklisted or lost their jobs, although most did not, in fact, belong to the Communist Party. Wow. In other words, McCarthyism is a campaign or practice that endorses the use of unfair allegations and investigations. That's crazy. Although I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. That's America, bro. It's America for you. I mean, I don't know one thing about this, but I bet you that Joseph McCarthy did this just so he could get rid of certain people that he wanted to get rid of. Like, I'm sure he had some ulterior motive, and he didn't actually believe that they were communists. So, full-bellied, unfair investigations that only breeds apathy. So he's saying the media distracts us from what's important. That is truth right there. Superficiality is sanctified. Truth is pretension. Sincerity is pretense. Facts. These lessons have been so real, so informative, and just real hip-hop. I'm loving this. Popular sentiment has become right and wrong, dividing and inciting. The media wants to divide us for ratings. They're getting money from controversy, but the media is also dividing us to keep us distracted because the rich don't want us to form together and understand and use critical thinking that they're screwing us and that the rich are getting richer. The rich don't care if we go and burn each other down to charcoal and ashes because it doesn't affect them, doesn't concern them. As long as we're distracted, then that's all that matters. If the whole world holds its tongue, he who was deaf to begin with is king. So basically, if the world doesn't want to know the truth, then the people that don't want you to know the truth are the kings. They're the ones that are ruling. Give a thirsty world a drop of blood and it will stop clicking its tongue to get a taste. I'll take a glass as well. So like I said before, the world, they want that tea just so they can feel self-righteous. That's what these trendy rappers at the top are saying to you. Fuck you pay me, bro. Fuck you pay me. That's all they care about. Those serious words, thoughts that make me no money. They don't want the real. They don't want the truth. And this lesson here, if I'm not mistaken, is after Tableau's scandal. So that means that a lot of this relates. Like, give a thirsty world a drop of blood and it will stop clicking its tongue to get a taste. I'll take a glass as well. He's talking about himself in a way. Like, the media loves to see a celebrity get some flack. He did nothing to deserve what he got. Like, what made somebody try to say that Tableau didn't go to Stanford? That makes no sense. You either got to be bored or have a motive like getting money and getting some attention, which is what happened to him until Tableau sued him for defamation. I just seen in the comments here, is the "We Got No Answers" part from Tribe Called Quest. I was thinking that sounded familiar, that flow. And thinking about it, this beat just sounds like a Tribe Called Quest Q-Tip beat. I am in love with the level of food for thought that I just heard throughout these 5 lessons. I do think these lessons are essential for some people to hear. Some people don't think about these things, and I just think it was all beautifully done. All of the lyrics were just freaking on point, bro. Just genius. Literally genius to the definition of what Tableau says genius is. They asked a lot of good questions and made a lot of good logical statements. I'm just highly impressed. I just became a bigger fan of Epik High, and God, bro, like, these guys are hip-hop. One thing that I do know is that K-pop is on the rise, and there are more international fans of music than ever, I think. There are people that are open-minded enough to listen to music that's not in their language. I just pray that people come to Epik High and realize that these guys are majorly talented. I loved every single one of these tracks. I don't think I can pick a favorite. I mean, I really did enjoy the first one a lot because it was all in English, but each one of these had its own, like, really good parts, and they all had awesome lyrics, man. I just can't believe, like, it just seems like Epik High doesn't have that huge of a following, and to me, it's like, why? Maybe it's because the international fans are just more into the pop, and everybody's looking into K-pop and the poppy stuff and not into the K-hip-hop. I don't know, man, but next for Epik High will be Lesson 0. And then we'll be getting into the rest of the Epik High Is Here album. Highly, highly, highly enjoyed these past 5 songs. If you don't know, I've been reacting to this for about 2 hours. And it doesn't even feel like it's been 2 hours because the amount of critical thinking that was in these songs, I enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed sitting here and thinking about every single one of these lines that I heard. But thank you guys so much for critiquing with me. If you like this video, I really appreciate it if you give this video a like. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you click subscribe to become part of the clique, because more Epik High is coming. All right, I promise you. YG Family concerts coming soon, and they're at that. Also, want to get into Epik High at Mama. I know I've seen the thumbnail that they're all dressed up. Freaking Tableau's the Joker, right? And Mithra is Bane. Like, bro, what am I doing? Why haven't I reacted? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's coming though. It's coming. You stay classy. CriTiC out.